Have you ever wondered about those who dream of a better life versus those who create it? Are you waiting to accomplish your dreams and goals? Welcome to Create It Now. With your hosts, Jonathan Stowe, Dawn Elizabeth, and the business hypnotist, AJ Boyden. For the next 60 minutes, we're going to put your dreams into motion and create it now. The phone lines are open at 731-1230. That's 731-1230. Or toll free 1-866-820-5528. That's 1-866-820-KLAV. Now let's bring on the host and create it now. Here is Jonathan Stone, Dawn Elizabeth, and AJ Boyden.
Hello and welcome to the Create It Now radio show. And today I am in studio with Jonathan Stone. AJ is out again today at an event. And we do have a guest calling in, Wyland, the marine artist. And that's going to be a fun and interesting conversation. I'm super excited.
It's going to be brilliant. Wyland is one of the most amazing artists around. Not only that, he's just one of the kindest, fun, easygoing, no ego, and his team is wonderful.
Yeah.
They, Steve and Christy and everybody, just he has such a great team around him that inspires me, know, about having good people around you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And whenever I see any of his artwork, either here in Las Vegas or anywhere else, I always think about the talent behind it, this amazing talent that he has, and thinking about how everybody has a talent. It's knowing what it is and recognizing it and utilizing it, realizing it. So I know for me, the talent that I have, it was recognized in me at a young age, but I pretty much put a block up to it. And then it wasn't until in the past 10 years that I got back to that talent and have utilized it and have used it to help other people. And that's teaching other people and being on stage in front of people. And growing up, I didn't want to follow that path. Right. But how about you?
Well, mine started young, but it was actually a defense mechanism, I realized. I was much quicker with the tongue than I was at actually running away from situations.
From the bullies?
Yeah, from the bullies and stuff. So I could actually make people cry by saying things, not that I liked it. But here's an interesting thing. Last night we were at an event, and some guy asked me what my radio handle was.
Oh, interesting.
I need a radio handle. I'm really bummed out because I was like, I go under my name, and it's right. Like, I gotta come up with a cool radio handle.
Right.
So we gotta either have a contest or something, or I gotta figure it out.
I think that's a good idea. If anybody listening, you're online right now, you're at Facebook, find us on Facebook, or you're at Twitter, at twitter.com/dreamit.createit. Throw out some names for Jonathan and what you think his radio handle could be. Because
I want a handle now. I really feel bad.
So when you found out that it was a defense mechanism back in the day, what did you do beyond that? What
happened was I actually got dared one time to go on stage, and I won a contest. It was a stand-up comedy thing, and I went up and I won. Yeah. And I thought, oh my God, this is the most amazing and easiest thing to do in the world. And every time I'm going to go up, I'm just going to rock the thing. And the next time I went up was not so good. Because it was so in my head that, this is really easy. I could just knock this out the first time. Stayed with it, but it was hard. It was oh, wow, you really got to work at this. It's just not as easy as people think. It's just you make us laugh. So the second time, I bombed. And third time.
What's interesting about that? It makes me realize, even though we have a talent, you still have to work at it. You still have to practice with it. Right. You still need to
nourish it.
Yeah, exactly.
Make it grow,
Even though there's a natural talent there, you have to still hone that skill in order to use it for the positive and do something with it. I like that. Very cool. Nice. And I'm super excited to ask Wyland about that, find out when he realized his talent and if he utilized it as a kid or not and whatnot. Right. So I'm very interested in that. Yeah. That'll be pretty neat. He's going to come on after our break. We are going to take a quick break, say hello from our sponsors. And if you want to join the conversation, we are at 702-731-1230 or send us a message or post on Facebook or Twitter. And we will be right back.
Hi, everyone. This is New Media Vegas, your Sin City webmasters in Las Vegas, Nevada.
More than just web design, complete integrated marketing with inspired innovations in delivery of your new media message, putting the groove and the backbeat back in your brand.
The hottest in design trends with the latest innovations in marketing techniques. Call New Media Vegas at 702-517-0184.
Or visit us online at www.newmediavegas.com. Don't forget to check out our online magazine, Sin City Presents, featuring business, technology, fashion, dining, and entertainment news.
702-517-0184. 702-517-0184.
Why wait to accomplish your dreams when you can create them now? It's time to put your dreams into motion. Create it now. Hi, this is Jonathan Stone with the Create It Now radio show on KLAV 1230 AM. Join us every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. We will help you move from a dream state to a create state. Become a part of a conversation on the Create It Now radio show about why some people dream it versus why other people create it. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. on KLAV.
Those who can do. This is Create It Now. Here again, your hosts, Jonathan Stone, Dawn Elizabeth, and AJ Boyden.
Welcome back to the Create It Now radio show, where we have a guest on our line that we're going to be bringing on. I mean, talk about create it. He is definitely creating lots of amazing things out there, and I'm super excited to start talking about that, find out more about what it is that he's doing. And if you do want to join the conversation, the phone number again is 702-731-1230. So Jonathan, tell us a little bit about our guest.
Oh, Wyland, like I said, I'm so honored that he's here with us. Just an amazing man. Cares so much about the water and the environment and conservation of water and about the sea. And he gives and gives. He's always traveling, always just doing these amazing charity organizations and stuff, and we want to talk about that in his foundation. And actually, he's going to be out here in Vegas, so we're going to talk about that. He's going to be at his galleries, and he'll be painting on Friday and Saturday.
Excellent.
And he has a charity event, and I'll let him talk about all that as well. But Wyland, thank you so much for joining us. We just blown away. You're just one of my favorite people in the world.
Hey, it's an honor to talk to you guys, and happy to be back in Vegas tomorrow for a couple of Wyland Gallery shows. Tomorrow at the Venetian, grand opening of the gallery there, and then, of course, the show at Planet Hollywood on Saturday. But, mine is really a hobby that got out of control. I've been an artist since I was like 4, and, I used to paint dinosaurs and Jurassic scenes on the back headboard of my parents' bed so I wouldn't get caught, painting on the wall. And the only reason I got busted is when we moved, they tore the bed down. They went, "Oh, Wyland's been painting again." But I got the bug from Jacques Cousteau. He was my hero in the undersea world of Jacques Cousteau. Every Sunday really inspired me to be the artist that I am today. And he was more than a filmmaker and explorer. Jacques Cousteau was a real hero, a legend of the sea, and a real poet. And his inspiration inspired a whole generation of people like me.
Right.
And so did you always really like the sea life and want to be a part of that?
Yeah, I actually am a water sign, I'm a Cancer, I'm a little crab, and I grew up surrounded by the Great Lakes and the Motor City, and my mom took a little road trip out to Southern California to Laguna Beach to visit my aunt. And, I saw the Pacific Ocean, when I was 14 years old for the first time. And I just ran at the ocean, because I had dreamt about it my whole life. And, I dove under this wave and I came up and 2 gray whales, 2 barnacle encrusted like dinosaurs, broke the surface, spouted right in front of me, right in my face. And then these enormous whale tail flukes, broke the surface. And I mean, it was a life changer. I just decided that, I would dedicate my life to ocean conservation, ensuring that, I used my art to bring the message of conservation. And ironically, you guys, 10 years later, I painted a portrait of those 2 whales that I saw on that day. 10 years later, on the side of a building, less than 100 yards away.
Oh, wow.
in Laguna Beach, California. Yes.
Nice. And Wyland, I want to talk about your murals, but I've seen you paint live. I've been fortunate enough to do that, and it's amazing to watch at your gallery. People will stay there 2, 3, 4 hours to actually watch you bring something to life, because it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful process.
It's fast. Hey, Jonathan, it's just really fast. What I do is I paint what I see. I'm a diver, so I take all that inspiration I see when I'm diving coral reefs or with tiger sharks and giant manta rays, sea turtles, great whales. Like I had a chance to swim with a blue whale in the Sea of Cortez, a 90-foot, 150-ton giant. Wow. Anyway, I take all that beauty that I see when I'm diving, and then that's reflected in my paintings, sculptures, and on the sides of the buildings. And the small canvases and the large ones are the same. They're like a Polaroid photograph where you see just a mass, a blur of color coming into sharp focus. And I actually have a show on PBS, Wyland's Art Studio, where I kind of transform a canvas in a half-hour show. And actually, on I believe it's the 6th of this month, I start 39 new episodes that'll start airing on Wyland's Art Studio on PBS, and it's all over America. So I hope you guys will check it out. It's pretty cool. I give you all my tips on how to transform a canvas into a beautiful seascape or an underwater scene.
No, that's great. I can't wait to catch up on that and see that. So, out of all your murals, how many murals have you done? 100 or 200?
I did 100. And that's funny you say that, but it took me 27 years to paint 100 walls, and the first one was in Laguna Beach back in 1981. And a writer, Gordon Grant from the LA Times, said, "How many of these whaling walls are you going to paint?" I go, 100. I could have said 10,
Right, exactly.
And if you know me, I always do what I say. So I thought it would take 30 years, but it took 27 years to accomplish that. And the last one I did was in Beijing as the official U.S. Olympic artist. And it was called Hands Across the Oceans, the idea that water connects all the people and all the countries of the world. What I did is invite children from all 212 Olympic countries to paint with me. So for 6 weeks, we painted giant 45-foot long canvases and 14-foot high, nearly a mile long. And then when it was done, we put it all around this lake in Beijing, Chaiyang Park, and it reflected the children's art and my art. And it was kind of nice because, the children were really painting the murals, and I was guiding them. And it really was symbolic when all the children from all the countries held hands, signifying that water truly is life, and water connects all the people and cultures of the world.
Wow, that's amazing. 27 murals. So you started when you were 6?
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Kelly Slater, the world champion,
right.
11 times. Well, Kelly, I go, Kelly, you're going to win 12. I was up at the Triple Crown, the Pipeline Masters, and he had a chance to win 12. He goes, well, you're going to paint 200 walls? It was a good comeback from a surfer, But, anyway, he got beat, unfortunately, but he's still going. And talk about an ocean, warrior, man, somebody that's won with the waves and sea, Kelly Slater, and a great guy, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And with all those murals that you have done, is there anywhere that you want to put a mural up that you haven't been to yet?
Well, I wanted to paint the United Nations wall. You know how you're looking at that wall with all the flags on it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I've been looking at that wall, salivating. I get excited when I see a big, blank, ugly wall, right?
Right.
And when I looked at that for years, I said, I want to paint that. And in 1998, for the International Year of the Ocean, the UN declared it, I had a chance to do a 50-state tour. And then I had a chance to paint one at the United Nations school with all the kids. And Kofi Annan, the UN General Secretary at the time, I had a meeting with him, and I was in his office. I said, Mr. Annan, I would like to paint an ocean mural signifying, the International Year of the Oceans on that ugly wall with all the flags. It's just a big blank wall. He goes, Wyland, how many artists want to paint a mural on that wall, in New York? I said, yeah, but I'm Wyland, and it's the Year of the Ocean.
Exactly.
And he started laughing. He goes, come here. So he goes out on the little balcony around the side, and I look at it. He goes, you see what that is? I go, yeah, it looks like granite. I thought it was like stucco or cement. It was sacred granite from Jerusalem. He goes, you can't paint that, you idiot.
Well, that'll be like a double wailing wall.
Well, see, I don't give up, though. I go, how about if I paint a giant canvas and we wrap it like Rousseau?
Oh, there you go.
He started laughing. He goes, only you would do that. I go, of course.
Nice. So, Wyland, I have a random question.
Sure.
Okay. So all the famous artists, Picasso, Renoir, Arte, and even like Madonna, Sting, when did you just become Wyland, and how does that occur?
Well, it's really funny because I grew up in Detroit, Motown. And I think that's why I have the music bug, and I write music. But anyway,
right.
Where I grew up, if they called you by your last name, it was derogatory. But I always liked it. I wanted to make my name a name of goodwill and pride. So even on my athletic jacket, it said Wyland on everything.
Okay. Nice.
And yeah, who knew? That I was going to build a brand or whatever, and Wyland, the thing actually works. But I always liked my last name, and I wanted to make my family name a good, positive, image, and darn it, it didn't work out.
And you've definitely done
it's
that.
Creating a legacy.
Yeah, but I had to go to court, to make it one name. So I went in there, and my attorney's name is Lipoff, Rick Lipoff.
Oh,
so the
geez.
poor judge, he goes, okay, Lipoff. He goes, oh, boy.
Yeah.
And the judge said, oh, you're the artist, Wyland. I said, yeah. He goes, you sign your name a lot? I go, yeah, I sign a lot of prints. And, and he goes, oh, yeah, I'm one of your collectors. He goes, okay, I approve.
Nice. Hopefully the lawyer did that homework. He helped you out with that one.
Oh, my God. But now, guys, I'm working on my next public art project, which is going to be 100 monumental sculptures in 100 cities in the world. And it's a 25-year project to do all the great whales and other animals from the red list, the endangered species and threatened animals, of saltwater and freshwater, larger than life. I'm thinking as big as I can. 10 of these sculptures will be underwater. You'll have to dive or snorkel to see them. But that's what I'm working on currently.
That's so cool. I usually stay on top of the water surfing. Now I'm going to have to dive down in.
Yeah, well, throw a mask on and check out one of my sculptures. But I actually did the first of the 100 the day after I did my last mural in Beijing. The very next day at the Beijing International Sculpture Park, I unveiled my Olympic sculpture, 3 dolphins using the wave for energy, life size. So that's called Faster, Higher, Stronger, the theme of the Olympics.
Nice.
So with painting and sculptures, is there a art form that you prefer over the other?
Well, I like it all. I don't have a real job. And I tell my collectors, hey, you guys have to keep buying my art because I don't want to have to get a real job. I never really had one, and it doesn't look like fun, except maybe what you guys do on the radio. But
definitely a good time.
So far, so good. I've created, there's collectors of mine in all 50 states and 100 countries in the world, and, I can't produce enough art. But I just like to create things. I make art, obviously, and then I made a blues record for a documentary series called Blues Planet. And Taj Mahal, the great blues legend, was staying at my house in Florida in the Keys. Mm-hmm. And I strategically, you guys, laid out all the songs, all 60 of them that I had wrote after I went to the Gulf oil spill. I got so angry I wrote 60 blues songs that the planet's got the blues. Anyway, Taj grabs me in the morning and he goes, you wrote this? I said, yeah. He goes, when are we going to record it? I go, well, it just so happens I already, reserved Piety Recording Studio in New Orleans, and I got all these great blues legends like yourself. He goes, oh, I'm in. Anyway, we went in there with 38 of the greatest blues artists in the world. We recorded 48 original blues songs that I wrote, every one a different groove, different style. I wrote the music and melodies. Wow. We recorded 48 songs in 5 days.
Yeah.
Most of them one take.
Nice. I've actually seen them play at your event in November. I mean, every November that you have, and they're wonderful.
Well, we hope to bring them on tour next year. But it's a big production. But my God, it's probably the most fun I ever had watching these blues masters like Dr. Michael White, Steve Turre, Rod Piazza, and the Mighty Flyers, Nick Guy from Common Sense. Watch these guys perform the music that I wrote. It was amazing. And then, it was part of a 3-record series, the Blues Planet project, but primarily for the documentary film, which they're going to show in Vegas on Saturday.
Right, we're going to be there. We're going to do another interview, but this one time it'll be on film as well.
Well, I think you'll like the film. It's kind of disturbing in some parts, because it has some shark finning and just all the horrible things we're doing. But there's also some fun parts, and really brings a really strong message that, hey, we need to protect our water planet. We need to take action. Anyway, Dr. Sylvia Earle herself narrates all three of the films. This is the first of a three-part series that I'm producing.
Right. And now, Dr. Sylvia, a lot of people don't know who she is. Now, I got the honor of meeting her with you at your event as well. Will you tell people pretty much about her?
Yeah, Dr. Sylvia Earle is the most prominent marine scientist on Earth and history. I mean, she is to the oceans what Jacques Cousteau was on steroids. This is her deepness, and anyway, she's won every major award, and she's been with the Wyland Foundation for 20 years, since we started 20 years ago, and she's the chief scientist for National Geographic, and my Wyland Foundation. But anyway, check her out. She just wrote a new book called The World is Blue, and I think we profile it on our Wyland.com, on our Wyland.com website. But this lady's incredible. She's a writer. She's an ambassador for the planet. She's the most influential marine scientist on Earth, and she communicates in a way that everybody can understand. What's happening out there. And her main thing, and it's in the film, is what we do, Sylvia said, in the next 10 years will impact the next 10,000 years.
Oh, wow.
Right.
So we really need to, wake up here and start realizing that if we don't start protecting, our planet, much of it is going to disappear, in our lifetime.
Right. And when I met her at your event, I mean, if you would just see her walking up in the street, you would not think this woman dives as much as she does and knows as much as she does. I mean,
she's 78 years old, man.
And she's still diving. Yeah, she's still diving, right?
She's diving big time.
Yeah.
I was with her last year at Midway, and she was really responsible for Midway, the atolls out there, the Hawaiian Islands, being protected waters. She was totally responsible for it, and she'd never dove it. So I got invited out there. I invited her, and we spent a week out there diving. Man, those fish are big out there. The trevallies and jacks were swarming us like tornadoes. We saw everything in the ocean on that dive that it was meant to be. But that was my first dive with her. I've known her for 20 years, and we're both so busy that this was the only chance we had. So we spent a week diving every day with giant manta ray sharks, and we both kind of came up from our first dive together, the artist and scientist, and we looked at each other, and I said to Sylvia, was that as good as I thought it was? She said, that was the best dive I've ever done.
Wow, that's amazing.
So we give each other credit for that one.
Right. And I have another quick question. So I've seen you paint, like you just get to the canvas and it can start, and you don't know what it is, and then it turns into this masterpiece. Now, when you do murals, do you sketch it out, or is it all in your head?
I never sketch, because if I did, it would look like a paint by number or a photograph. So what I do is this. I paint the ocean first, and then if there's a reef, I'll paint that. But I do the entire background, and then I imagine in my mind's eye the animals kind of moving across the wall. And then what I also do is I have this thing where I can remember what the wall looked like from several blocks away. Mm-hmm. So while I'm standing up against the wall on a scaffolding, and you don't want to step back and look at your work, I can remember and see the entire wall in my mind's eye. And then I imagine a whale swimming past, and then I just paint it as it goes by.
Right. And what's amazing about it, it's like you're actually inside the picture when you're painting it.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I did those walls to scale for the most part, and some of them were, actual whales that they know. Like the mural in Boston was actually Salt, a female that had been calving every year. And what I try to do, guys, is, and I tell people, this is what you can really do. Learn everything you can, about conservation. Share, what you learn with your family, your friends. And then the third piece is take action.
Right. That's what the show's about. It's created now, taking people from a dreaming state to a created state. And it's about taking action now, making it happen.
Yeah, and with taking action, we do have to go to a break so our sponsors can talk as well. And Wyland, we would love to have you stay with us and talk more about what you're doing. Awesome. Mm-hmm. Thank you. I know I have more questions. So you're listening to the Create It Now radio show with Jonathan Stone, myself, Dawn Elizabeth, and Wyland the artist. So stay tuned and find us on Facebook or give us a call, 702-731-1230, and we'll be right back.
Hey, it's Roxy from the 702 Rock Show, right here at VegasAllNetRadio.com. Listen to my show every Friday, 4 to 5 p.m. to hear about local artists, musicians, fashion designers, and more right here in Las Vegas. So tune in every Friday, 4 to 5 p.m. to hear me, Michelle Roxy Davis, right here at VANR on the 702 Rock Show.
Have you ever wondered what's the difference between those who dream about a better life and those who go out and create it? Have you ever wondered what others do so that they can live the life of their dreams? Have you ever wondered what it is that you need to do so that you can live your dreams? This is AJ Quaiden with the Create It Now radio show. Don't just dream about a better life. Go out there and create it now. Whether you want to take life to a new level or you find yourself starting all over due to the economy, listen to the Create It Now radio show Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock on KLAV AM 1230 Las Vegas.
Welcome back to Create It Now. The phone lines are open at 731-1230. Here again, your hosts, Jonathan Stone, Dawn Elizabeth, and AJ Boyden.
And you're listening to the Create It Now radio show. Thank you for joining us. We are on the line with Wyland, the marine artist. Here in studio, we have Jonathan Stone, myself, Dawn Elizabeth, and AJ is out today, and he is missing an amazing conversation. If you want to be a part of it, give us a call, 702-731-1230, or send us a message or find us on Facebook. And so, Wyland, I have a question. You are so busy. You are everywhere. Yes. You are creating your art, creating music. You have a film that's being premiered. You're out saving the planet. How do you have time to do everything?
Well, it's kind of a lifestyle brand, isn't it? I mean, I just, my life is pretty much tied into everything I do, and I equate it to Jimmy Buffett. I mean, he's kind of got a cool brand, or Jack Johnson. Mm-hmm. You just when you live it and you love what you do and you feel it deeply, and you believe in yourself, then people can really gravitate towards what you're doing, and especially if there's a cause behind it. I believe, this century's an environmental renaissance period, and that if you're not doing the right things to ensure a healthy planet and a healthy world, you're going to be gone as a company, for individuals. People really want to ensure that we have a healthy world, and, my focus has always been on young people. I feel like I have a kid's job, so they kind of get what I do. I mean, what is my job really? I mean, paint whales on the sides of buildings. That's not a real job.
That's good.
But the funnest part that I have is every time that I do a project, every time I do a whaling wall, I usually invite the kids to come and paint with me. And I've, had the pleasure of painting with kids in all 50 states and over 50 countries in the world. Over 1 million kids. I count them now, like 1,000,001, 1,000,002, 1,000,003. But anyway, what I always say is this: if you want to protect the environment today, talk to us. If you want to protect it for the future, you got to have the kids on board. You got to have them involved. And the way we do it, Sylvia Earle and I, is we use art and science to share that message. And for young people, they just want to know that they can be part of it. That they can be part of this great monumental effort to protect what's left of our nature, our natural world. Unfortunately, you're seeing art and nature basically disappearing, because of budget cuts. And, I mean, who thinks it's okay to take art education out of our schools in America? I mean, this is going to be the first generation that didn't have it. It's unacceptable to me. In fact, I'm making a documentary about that, saving art education in America, and it's going to be Michael Moore on steroids. I'm going to go after these people because it's unacceptable. Every country in the world understands and appreciates how art is important to a full education, and a life. And even if you don't become an artist, art will appear in virtually everything you do throughout your life. Whether it's math or science, art and nature, they start out in different directions, but they come together. And anyway, I want to be part of the people that do something for our kids, that really sincerely inspire them to be ambassadors for the planet. And through art and science, that's the gateway to encouraging, kids to be youth ambassadors for the planet. And once that's implanted into their hearts and minds, it'll stay with them throughout their life.
Right. And we're going to talk more about your foundation about that, but I just have to put out a disclaimer. When you say you paint a wall, it's fun. I don't want anybody to go out there and start painting walls and get arrested and say, Wyland told me it was okay. So I'm just putting a disclaimer out there for Wyland that he's not saying it's okay to just go paint a wall.
No, it's okay. You just got to get permission from the owner of the wall.
Yes.
And, I mean, I painted 100 of them, and I'm doing 100 sculptures now, and it's still hard for me to drive past a big, giant wall and not want to just stop the car, get some brushes, and start painting away. It's just, that's inside my DNA. I don't know. It started when, my ancestors who were cavemen artists. What I do is not different than what the cavemen did. They went in and painted murals on the sides of caves. How is mine different? And most of it was nature,
Right, and you paint stories. I mean, everything is a story.
I paint stories, and, my art was influenced by marine art, which is really man's conquest of the sea. And mine is more, not marine art, but marine life art, which is our effort today to protect the sea, protect life.
Right.
I'm on the other team. I'm on the fish side,
Right.
I understand all the fishing and all that. And in fact, fishermen and hunters, they put more money towards conservation than anybody. But, for me, people, where I live in Florida, they're all fishermen in Islamorada. They go, hey, you want to go fishing? I go, no, I'll go diving. And when you catch one, I'm going to go under there and let the fish go. I'm on the fish side. But we, and it sounds funny, but somebody has to be a voice for the great whales and the sharks that are being hunted to extinction. Nearly 100 million sharks a year slaughtered for shark fin soup. Come on. That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
They're critical to the health of the ocean. Everything here in nature is here for a reason. And we need to kind of give credence to that and protect it. Yeah, and it's easy enough to do if everybody just kind of joins together. What you guys can do if you're listening, we need to be one voice together against some of the devastating things that we're seeing, this oil spill, other things. So I'd love to have you guys join me on Facebook, Wyland.com, and get all the info. I'd love to have you because if we have enough voices, we can change the world together. Yeah, that's what we need to do.
And definitely, we'll put a link. Will you tell us about your foundation?
Yeah, the foundation was started 20 years ago. Lloyd Bridges, remember him? Sea Hunt?
Yep.
He was the first member, and then Sylvia Earle and Dr. Robert Ballard, the guy who discovered Titanic, and we just got Dr. Greg Stone on board. We are a small but mighty foundation, and what we do is the primary thing that we do is develop art and science curriculum for every school in America, K to 12. We also have this month starting a national art challenge, and the theme this year is Water is Life. And anyway, for every art student in America, it's painting murals together, on canvas, and it's also doing your artwork, and we're going to pick national winners from all 50 states. And the other big legacy program that the Wyland Foundation does with our conservation partners, with Toyota and all our U.S. Forest Service. We do a challenge for water conservation every April, which we call Earth Month. So it's the National Mayor's Challenge for Water Conservation for Earth Month, April. So
yeah, we're going to push out here on that as well.
Ones.
Yeah, we're going to push out for that in April. Get the town or the city of Las Vegas, state of Las Vegas, the city.
Yeah, water might be important over there. The truth is, guys, water is life. Without water, no plants, no animals, no us.
Right.
And we're losing a lot of our water, because people aren't taking care of it. So we give you real simple things to do. It takes a minute. You go to mywaterpledge.com, and you make simple. And by saving water, you're saving energy and you're saving money, which is good.
Right.
Good.
Huge,
Have more money.
Right, but here's.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say we're going to throw out a challenge from here in Vegas. We're going to take on other cities.
Yeah, let's do it for Vegas, and that's in April. And by the way, you may win a Prius. We give away a Toyota Prius every year. Toyota gives me a brand new Prius to give away.
Nice.
Right. So we're going to get the mayor and we're going to get everybody involved. Now, also you have that bus. We talked about that, or the trailer.
Yeah, you've seen that. It's a mobile learning experience. And, I get kind of upset that they're taking field trips out of schools and they just don't have any money. So what I wanted to do is, not everybody's going to get a chance to go to the ocean or a beautiful lake or stream. So we created this water experience. And it's this big theater or this truck that opens up, and the kids learn about being a drop of water. They go through the whole water cycle, and then they come out and clean oceans, and they can make water pledges. And so anyway, Wyland Foundation has been bringing that around the nation and Mexico and all 50 states. It's been very, very powerful. And the kids, man, they appreciate it. They're like sponges at that age. And, when they know they can, make a difference and make a pledge, it's very empowering. And again, if we catch them early and we can empower them, that's the investment that each of us can make together.
Well, yeah, and the ocean is so amazing because I've lived in Southern California most of my life and Huntington Harbor, and the ocean to me is so powerful but so beautiful, if that makes sense. It's like it can eat you up, but it's also the most stunning, relaxing, peaceful place I've ever been.
All water. Water can change your DNA. You guys know. I mean, if you're having a bad day and you jump in the ocean or you jump in a lake or get into a river, it realigns your DNA. I'm not a doctor, although I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express one time, and I do have an honorary doctorate degree from my college. But there's something about water that's magical. To look at it, it makes you feel a certain way. But when you immerse yourself in water, it realigns your entire DNA in my view. And, I believe we all came from water.
Right. So also, you're going to be out here tomorrow, which is wonderful. Tell them about what you do and where they can come see you.
Well, I hope everybody will come to the Venetian tomorrow night at 6 o'clock to 10 for the gallery show there featuring my art. And I'll be doing live painting demonstrations and some sumi and Japanese brush art painting. But it's just great to see collectors. Everybody's invited. There's no charge. Just come out and hang out. And I'm going to unveil some of my newest paintings and sculptures. And the newest thing is I'm doing little original sketchbooks, drawings. Right. And then I rip them out of my sketchbook. And those are everybody's been asking for them for years. So we have these little original drawings that are cool. And then on Saturday, of course, we're going to do this film premiere of Blues Planet at 4 p.m. What is it? Grapes and Hope VIP event?
Grapes and Hops, yeah.
And
there it is.
And where's that at?
Grapes and Hops.
And where is it? At Spring.
Where is that? Do you guys have it?
At Spring, the Springs Preserve.
I will be there for that to introduce Blues Planet, the documentary that won the Blue Ocean Film Festival a few months ago. And then my last show in Vegas this year is 6 to 10 at the Hard Rock, the Wyland Galleries at the Hard Rock from 6 to 10. I hope everybody listening will come out. I'd love to see you guys, and I'll give you a free art lesson. How's that?
There you go. Well, we're definitely going to come out on Saturday to the Hard Rock, and we'll see you Saturday prior to, and then we're going to go to the Hard Rock as well.
Yeah.
So good, and I'll bring you guys copies, both of you, of Blues Planet. All 3 records dropped. So yeah, there's 16 songs on each record. You can sample it at wyland.com, just go through there. And I'm bringing you guys copies, okay?
Wow,
and then we're going to
you.
also have you sign it as well.
Absolutely. Take advantage of my bad handwriting in Vegas. And I'll be doing a book signing, and geez, whatever else happens, I just really appreciate it. It's the 35th anniversary of, Wyland Galleries. And, boy, that's a long time. I didn't realize I was that old.
Well, we're here to promote you and push you out because I have the utmost respect. And Dawn is giving me this look because she has this question.
Actually, I want to do a shout out to Jill Branson. She sent us a message from Jill's Jewels, and she's just said that Wyland, she thinks you're amazing inspiration, and she really loves how you followed your dream and your inspiration for others to follow. So I just wanted to put that out there, let you know that you are making an amazing difference, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's great. And Dawn, I appreciate you guys too. And we're the communicators. It's art and music, and that's how we get the message out there. And boy, people are really feeling it. So I'm stoked to see you guys tomorrow at Wyland Galleries, and I'll be there all weekend. Let's have some fun.
Absolutely. Just one last thing. I have met more people that have bought your art in Hawaii than anywhere else. Like, people have flown to Hawaii to go to your gallery.
Yeah, no, I get them to fly in from Asia. I mean, it's like, I have collectors in 100 countries now.
Oh, yeah.
And, I've been in Wyland Galleries, Hawaii, I can't even count how many years, but I actually moved over there in 1979 to Lahaina, and, I live on the North Shore of Oahu now. Yeah. I live in, I'm one of the lucky artists, I don't believe in that bohemian, starving, angry artist. I'm more the fun. If you're having fun, it's more sustainable, and then people will be more excited about being part of it. And so I want to write a book called Don't Be a Starving Artist, because that sucks. Then you can't support charities. You can't do anything but be angry. I don't believe in that. I believe we ought to all help each other and, float each other higher, especially when it's a great cause like the one that I think is the most important issue of the day is protecting our water planet.
Absolutely. And the next time I'm back in Hawaii at that North Shore surfing, I'm going to look you up and to say hello.
Yeah, look me up. We'll paddleboard to Vela Bay right next door. I got some paddle boards, and, I have a balance here. I work hard, but I play hard too, man. And it's
me too. Cool,
it really is fun. I wish for everybody to have a hobby as a career and a lifestyle brand. It rocks. That's all I can say.
Well, thank you, Wyland. We really enjoyed having you on today, and I'm looking forward to Saturday to see you as well. And I just want to say thank you so much for everything you're doing, helping our planet and saving it and creating a community of other people who want to save the world as well.
Right. And Wyland, before we let you go, I have to ask one favor.
Sure.
Can you do a shout-out to the Create It Now show?
Hey, okay. Create It Now show. This is Wyland. Listen, create it now because you may not have another opportunity, and it's a lot of fun creating it now. So, I've been creating it now for a long time, so now I'm glad to partner with you guys and everyone else that's listening. So, make it happen, create it now, and thank you guys for having me, Jonathan and Dawn Elizabeth. We love you, man. I'll see you in Vegas, baby.
You got it. All right, have a safe trip.
Thank you.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Okay, bye-bye.
And you're listening to the Create It Now radio show. We were just speaking with Wyland, and now it is our sponsor's turn to say hello. So if you want to join our conversation, find us on Facebook or on Twitter at twitter.com/dreamit, and we will be right back.
We're blowing it out at Gene Woods Racing Experience, Las Vegas's newest premier outdoor adrenaline-powered gasoline go-karting track with speeds in excess of 45 miles per hour if you've got the balls. We've got 2-for-1 Tuesdays, buy one and your friend rides free. We've got $5 off coupons, and remember, on your birthday, members ride free. And to get a free Gene Woods Racing Experience t-shirt, open Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. till 11. Saturday and Sunday, noon till 11. And we're located at 121 East Sunset Road in Las Vegas Boulevard at the Sports Center across from McCarran Airport. Come blow the doors off your competition at Gene Woods Racing Experience. Once you race here, you won't go anywhere else. Be there. Be there. Be there.
Why wait to accomplish your dreams when you can create them now? It's time to put your dreams into motion. Hi, this is Dawn Elizabeth with the Create It Now radio show on KLAV 1230 AM. Join us every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. We will help you move from a dream state to a create state. Become a part of the conversation on the Create It Now radio show about why some people dream it versus why other people create it. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. on KLAV.
Create It Now. Continues. Here again, Jonathan Stone, Dawn Elizabeth, and AJ Boyden.
Welcome back to the Create It Now radio show. If you are just tuning in, you missed an amazing conversation with Wyland, the marine artist, and his inspiration that he brings, saving the planet, water conservation, his art, his music, his films, everything that he's doing. It's amazing. So if you want to check out the conversation, you can go to www.createitnowmedia.com for the archive version of today's show, or you can re-listen to the broadcast at vegasallnetradio.com tonight at 11 p.m. What an amazing guest.
I know, isn't that great?
Yeah.
And then we're going to spend Saturday with him at the Hard Rock and at the event. And he promised us CDs.
Yes.
And he's going to sign them for us.
Absolutely. We're going to have to play some of that music next week when we come back.
But we will not put it on eBay. Just want everybody to know
Right.
we're keeping these.
Absolutely. I'm going to frame it after we play it.
And again, no painting walls, just for the sake of it.
Right. Make sure you get permission first.
Exactly. Good thing to learn.
Yeah, yes. Absolutely. Definitely. And I just want to say, we have our show's been on. We've done about a month now, and we're really kind of falling into our flow and having amazing people that are partnering with us now, including Wyland. And I think it's just a great community to be a part of. And starting on October 15th, the week of October 15th, we're going to be adjusting our format a little bit. We're going to have different segments with guests as well as business tips and coaching, and also talking about people from the past who have created it now and done a difference, and people currently who are also making a difference. Yes. So tell us a little bit about what we're going to do when we talk about the people from the past and the future.
Well, on Tuesdays, what we're going to do is we're going to start off with somebody who inspired, somebody who created, somebody who made change in this world. For the first half of the show. In the second half, we're going to bring in modern-day heroes, modern-day people that have made a difference, children that have made a difference. And so we'd really like your input to whoever you know, if there's anybody out there, friends, yourself. We want to show that it's like, we're grateful that we have the Wylands and all these people of the world and Les Browns and Glenn Morshowers that have called in. But we want to hear from you. We want to get locals and people from all over the United States or the world that has actually made change and made a difference, and what impacted them and what made them create and take action now. Yeah, absolutely. So if you know somebody that you feel would be a great fit for that, please send us a message on email at createitnowmedia.com. Send us their name, their information, their story, so that we can take a look and see if they really have inspired, and so we can get it out there for other people to find out. Yeah. And also, I'm excited about that. Yeah, and I like the idea of how we're going to talk about people from the past who have created, because we can learn from history. Right. And they make the best guests. Because they don't talk back. We can say whatever we want. Yes. Definitely. At least I hope they don't. Knock on wood. Oh, no. Well, we had a psychic yesterday, so maybe we should bring her on Mondays. That would be the last thing. Not Mondays, Tuesdays. Tuesdays, yes. Yes. Adding days. Yeah. Yes, as we go. And also we'll have some coaching and business tips as well, right here on air with different people who are working on their business. Wednesdays. Yep. And so those who are working on their business, are trying to get to that next step and are having trouble, we're here to help. We have an array of people who can be a part of that and help everybody out, whatever niche, whatever piece for the business. So if you know anyone that way as well that needs help and would be a great fit with our community, let's get them some help. Yeah, and we're also going to have a coaching program.
Yes.
to actually get people started in their business to take action now. If you've had blocks or you've been worried about getting it started, we will definitely help you and push. I mean, Dawn travels all over the United States speaking to major corporations and businesses. So you're going to get so much knowledge, and a lot of the people that you've heard on this show will help as well, and they will help guide you and coach.
Yes.
And we're really excited about that.
Yeah, they've already pledged to us that they're going to help out as well wherever they can if it's the correct fit. Want to make sure that it's about you, not about us. It's
Right.
where you are at and where you need to go. So that's going to be very cool. And we're still going to have our guests come on, and we're still going to interview these amazing people around the world. So that's still a piece of it. And I'm very excited about our new format and where we're going with everything.
Yeah. And a lot of our guests, we're going to start bringing on people that can also help make a change. Like Bill Gladstone will be on towards the end of the month. And he just published a new book, but he's also a major agent and a book publisher. So he's going to actually teach you about that. And then we're going to go over his new book. We'll have Aggie Corman does crowdfunding.
Mm-hmm.
So teach people how to do that for charities or for themselves if they create a business. And for you that really don't know what crowdfunding is, there's websites out there where you put up your project and say you're a new band, or you want to make a movie or paint paint a mural, and people will donate to that instead of going to your family and asking for like $1,000, $20,000. You could actually go, people will give you $5, $10, and then you have to give them a CD and things like that. So it's a new way of getting a community together to help
be a part of something.
Right.
Definitely. And talking about artists and things, I do want to mention that tomorrow at 4 p.m. we are going to be on the 702 Rocks show.
Oh, yes.
We are partnering up with 702 Rocks and to be a part of First Fridays here in Las Vegas. So we're going to be on air with Foxy Roxy and 702 Rocks tomorrow at 4 p.m. on Vegas AllNet Radio live. So please check that out tomorrow at 4 as well. Yeah, and that's helping artists, getting people who are starting that career and helping them move forward.
Right. But one thing I want to reiterate, how Wyland said, you don't need to be a starving artist.
Exactly.
It's okay to get paid to do what you love.
Right.
I mean, that is really good. So all those people that are sitting there like, oh, I don't know if I can make it. I don't know if I can do it. You know what? Just go out and take action now. Make it happen. And it's okay to make money at something you love.
Yeah, and one thing that it was a quick statement that Wyland said, but I think it's a piece of it. He had said, once he says he's going to do something, he does it. Right. And I think that's just amazing. So when you put it out there, following through and doing it, even if we are scared, we still should follow through. Really, what's the worst that's going to happen? Yes, we're fearful of it, but if we get outside that comfort zone, we're going to make something happen.
And the other nugget that he gave us is really play hard as well.
Yeah.
I mean, just work hard and play hard. And he is extremely busy. And I want to, do a shout out to Steve and Christy from his team that just makes so much. I'll call Steve and he's like going crazy because they're doing 20 million different things, but they all get it handled. And we want to thank Wyland so much. And we can't wait to see you.
Yeah, and remember, Wyland will be at the Venetian for his grand opening of the art gallery Friday from 6 to 10 p.m. So go out, say hello, tell him that you heard him on the Create It Now radio show. And that's all the time that we have today here on the Create It Now radio show. From Jonathan Stone and myself, Dawn Elizabeth, I just want to say thank you for joining us. Thank you, Wyland, for being a part of today's show. And you can listen to the rebroadcast on VegasAllNetRadio.com.
And I need a handle. Don't forget
tonight at 11 p.m. And if you can come up with a radio handle for Jonathan, please send us a message at createitnowmedia.com, or just send us a message and we want to give you a shout out on the radio if you do. So please join us next week.